Well, good afternoon to one and all, and welcome to the show. It's time for Viewpoint for today, and we are here. I'm here with my guests, guests, plural. Two beautiful ladies in front of me. Three beautiful ladies. Where am I going with two? All right.
Plus one.
Yeah. Well, folks, we are really happy to know that you are there in the audience. Those of you who are watching us via television, of course, we're streaming live. So, of course, to those of you who are watching, we hope that you will enjoy the show. Just keep listening. And for those of you who are with us by way of 102.7 or maybe pjd2radio.com, yes, we know we have lots of listeners there in the Netherlands. And they do listen to us on a regular basis every living day that we have this program. In any case, we'll be talking pageantry today. I'm blessed and pleased to have in front of me the lady who's responsible for Posh Academy. And I'm going to start with her for one good reason. The work that she's been doing to help create some of those beautiful people who can serve as ambassadors for this great country. Who, for whatever reason, their mindset is somewhere else, need to be groomed, and it's not an easy task, and she'll be talking a little bit about that. But also here with us, I do have Shekinah Pompier, and she happens to be the reigning carnival queen, but also she is Miss Teen St. Martin International, and alongside her we have her mommy, if I can refer to her as mommy.
Yes.
And I think some of the inspiration that she gathered was from her mom, who was also involved in pageantry as well. So to all of you, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
No problem at all. First of all, I wish you lots of success, young lady. You look like you have what it takes to represent us. So we hope that, you're going to get some butterflies every now and again, but they're easy to fly away. You just settle in and do what you love doing. You love pageantry, don't you?
Yes, I do.
All right. Okay, let me go to Anna. I know it has been an uphill task. You came in here today and you were like, sorry for my tardiness. I've just been back and forth trying to get things up. And what are some of the challenges that you face in order to get things ready and organized and get people to realize how important this aspect of development really is?
Indeed. So thanks again for having us on the program.
No problem.
Indeed, we just came, or we're still, this is our day spending, touching base with individuals who are being so supportive financially towards the fund for Shekinah to the Crown. We have the support of our Tourist Bureau and the Ministry of Tourism, and we thank them so much. Also the Port of St. Martin, although they are all seeking to rebuild the island, they recognize the importance of this international exposure for St. Martin, and they have been supportive. Thank you so much. But there are certain ends that need to be completed financially, and we have individuals in our community. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank them. If we haven't arrived to you yet, we're coming. So we're driving about the place, meeting individuals and receiving contributions and donations. Thank you so much. And that in itself has been the challenge. I see that you mentioned Posh Academy, and thank you for speaking it into existence, because that is something that is in a pipeline that I'm working tirelessly toward. Being the president and founder of Posh Productions, the goal is to be able to have an actual facility and institution to train our young men and women, because we're introducing our male level pageantry coming 2019 as well. And so it's important to have that proper ambassador and ambassadress representation for St. Martin. So yes, we are working toward that.
And I'm happy that you are behind this young lady as well, because I think that supportive role, of course, I'm not going to leave Tatiana out of it, because she too, I'm sure, played a role in inspiring her to not only love this, but can we get people to realize how important this really is?
I think it's going to take some time to get there. We can see Anguilla, for example, right next door to us.
Perfect
Look at
example.
the accomplishment that has been made there. As I indicated to you previously, I am proud to see Miss Rogers make it to the distance that she has, being one of the the judges on the platform that elected her to be Miss Anguilla, and then
You were on the panel.
yes, I was
as one of the
last
judges.
August.
Okay.
I was, and then being a former Miss Anguilla myself, 96, 97, I feel that joy all in my toes, and I think that St. Martin needs to be able to recognize the importance of it. I was telling Tatiana and Shekinah on a drive here that I forward a post, or I shared a post on my Facebook from the pageant system of Anguilla, Miss Anguilla, where they're outlining who their senior queens are being sponsored by, and we're talking about ministries: the Ministry of Culture, the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Finance, and I'm saying that, I'm coming to the ministries as well. I understand our situation, but I'm saying that funds are allocated for other activities. Funds could be allocated for the ambassadors as well. So for 2019, our 50th and our golden year, I'm coming.
Let me talk to Shekinah a little bit. What does it feel like for you? How old are you, by the way?
I'm making 16 years
She
old.
always does that.
You're turning 16.
Yes.
In how many days, months?
In 2 more weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Yes.
Wow. You know what? Then you're 16.
Yes.
Oh no, really? Please slow it down.
All right. What does it feel like, though, in a position where you are basically putting yourself forward to be the face representing St. Martin as a young teenager, 15 plus? What does it feel like to represent St. Martin?
The feeling is amazing, and I'm also grateful for the opportunity. I'm looking forward. Yes, I'm going abroad this week to represent St. Martin, but I'm also looking forward to working with the following queens after me in preparing to go abroad and represent the island also.
Can I offer you a suggestion?
Sure.
I don't think I come anywhere qualified to do this, but I believe when you get on the stage with others, there's always something you could pick up.
Yes.
Be a sponge, soak it up, because if you don't make it the first time, there's lots
There's
of
lots
room at
of-
the
yep.
top for you.
Amen.
And you can make it. I just want to drop that in because you may not hear it just like that anywhere else, not even from your mom, but you're hearing it. You're hearing it from me. So you are getting ready to. When are you leaving, by the way?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
And what the preparation has been like? Who has been working with you?
Okay, so I have been working with Miguel Alexander. I have also met with the Alzheimer's Foundation, the St. Martin Alzheimer's Foundation, and
Yeah.
I've gotten the opportunity to start my own youth wing under the St. Martin Alzheimer Foundation. That
Good.
goes by the name Casamar, which is after my grandmother. My platform is Alzheimer's when I do go to Virginia, and I would like to continue that platform and bring awareness to Alzheimer's because it's so close to me.
What do you want St. Martin to hear from you in terms of how prepared are you to represent when you get among the others? What
I would just like them to know that I'm grateful, to the community for the support, for pushing me, also for the contributions. I'm just grateful.
Are you prepared to represent at the highest level?
I'm ready.
All right, let me get your mom in because I'm sure she too has played some role.
Yes, just a little
And-
bit.
Huh?
No, a lot.
I know that you yourself had some time with pageantry.
Yes.
And is there anything that you learned that you were able to share with Kai as far as getting her
Well,
to the very highest level?
exactly. So the first thing I always tell Shekinah is have fun.
Okay.
Have fun because that takes the pressure off,
Ah,
and then you're able to perform better.
wow.
Also, with this one, I was happy when she chose the platform of Alzheimer's and dementia because it was very personal to her. Having a grandmother, my mom, who is now on advanced stage of Alzheimer's, she's able to relate and come from a personal place. So that's another thing that I always taught her. When you go into pageantry, you can't be fake. Judges see straight through fake. So be real. Then another thing.
Can you hold on to have fun for a little bit? Because that
Yeah.
is such an important element
Yeah.
that really sidetrack a lot of people from
Exactly.
being who they really are.
Yeah,
And if you're having fun, you loosen yourself up
Exactly.
and you're able to show something that people would not have seen
Yeah,
otherwise.
and that's how you stand out. You know,
Yeah.
your smile is genuine.
Yeah.
When you speak, is genuine.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how you're able to touch people. So when you're real. So I always tell them, my son is all into sports too. Yes, you gotta be competitive, but have fun.
I wanted to steal the stage for a little bit because I'm so familiar with sports, and I know that's one of the things that people are only able to excel when they are going out there to play the game and have fun.
Have fun. Yeah. Have
Playing
fun.
the game. You don't put no pressure on yourself. And same for pageantry.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're busy putting out our campaign that pageantry is a sport. So that's coming. Look for it. People don't realize that pageantry is a sport. It takes a lot of dedication, commitment, discipline that goes along with pageantry, and it's not
Is
realized.
there a such that sometimes given to some of the queens that says original?
No,
Explain that. What would that?
No, because when you're really
Most genuine?
let down, I don't know what if
Because
there
we have
is-
Miss Amity, and she's like the nicest individual that was
Oh.
most friendly, most
Okay.
Yeah,
real.
There is none
She
for
was real.
original, most original, or anything
that
like
should
that.
be one.
I, no, I'm not saying
Original.
really. I'm not saying
The
that
most real.
I won't change it. I'm not familiar with all the terminology,
Yes.
so I was just trying to see if
Wondering.
there is one
Uh-huh.
that represents that. Because when you are being original yourself,
Yes.
But you know something? There is a sash that actually, represents being real or original. That's called Miss whatever title, the queen.
Oh.
Normally, that's the one when you have fun and when you be yourself. That's the one that the judges
That you
see.
end up giving.
From the
Yes.
very beginning. Their eyes are on you.
yeah.
So
Alright.
that's the sash that would represent that.
Kai, you're learning. Yeah.
This every day.
Yeah. You hear it every day.
Yes, I do.
I just want you to know that St. Martin will be behind you.
I know
Yes.
the
We
support
are
has been
behind you.
Has
amazing.
been tremendous.
The only thing
Thank
I would hope that you can get out of the way is the type of support that you need that would make your visit and your stay as comfortable as possible, and a lot of it has to do with having the right financial backing,
Indeed.
Yeah.
because you don't want to be there and shortchange in any form of fashion,
Indeed. And we
because
made
it
sure of
plays
that.
on your mind.
We made sure that we, thoroughly read through the guide and ensured that we covered, included in our budget,
Yeah.
the necessities. And
Okay.
we definitely worked hard towards that. It's home stretch right about now, so we're grateful.
Let's turn our attention a little bit towards getting some people to realize how important this is
Sure.
when it comes to getting the support that it really should from a business perspective, from the
Yes.
business community.
Yes.
And also, our ministries should really find ways to put money into making sure that in their budget there is some funds allocated for these things.
Indeed.
You know what troubles me the most, and maybe you can speak to that, Anna? I feel that we have a lot of beautiful people in this country. And I'm sure you would agree with that.
I do.
But for some reason, some things are lacking when it comes to them being able to be at a level where they can truly represent. And I can't imagine at times we have to go through maybe carnival or some other things without having a pageant.
Yes. I wonder at times what is the goal. So in various sectors and institutions that are exposed, pre-exposed to our individuals who can be great representatives for us, what is the goal? Do we think about international levels? Do we think about, everyone tunes into Miss World and Miss Universe to see the shows of other countries taking part, but it's very rare that we hear us talking about it unless like now. So we're having this conversation right now, so it comes up. But on a united level, I don't yet see us there. But it is what I'm working toward. Just the Miss International platform was a case of we have some very dynamic individuals living amongst us and we don't even know.
Yeah.
We came about being a part of this platform via the invitation of a former Miss LA International that lives here on St. Martin, who was introduced to
lives
me. She
here.
lives here.
Okay.
Was introduced to me by a makeup artist, Stacey Ann Taylor, who's a very well-known artist on our island. They knew each other, and she introduced Hillary Grant to me. And I invited Hillary to be a judge, a guest judge, on one of our pageants last year.
Okay.
And Hillary, being impressed with the production of Posh, asked me if I was interested in becoming a director for the international platform. Of course, it's a dream come true for me.
Yeah, I know.
So after going through certain applications and submitting documents, I was inducted last year as the director for St. Martin. Now, what happens now is that we're going to host the Miss Teen International Pageant in February of 2019. And once we've hosted that, I have the opportunity of becoming the director for the Miss level, which is equivalent to Miss Universe and Miss World, and then Mrs. level. So we have to recognize that St. Martin is now really being introduced on an international level. And yes, Miss World and Miss Universe are all in the pipeline, but we have to recognize that pageantry is a tourism tool and we need to support it.
I wonder if we have the support and unity of all who have, in some form or fashion, contributed to pageantry, to be able to come together and form one unit, because that too would provide some strength going forward. I don't know what you think about it, Tatiana, because you at one point
A federation in itself.
Yeah, I think we need to put all our resources together when we are approaching certain things, rather than having some left out of the loop when
Well,
in fact
we
can
also
make a
have
contribution.
an atmosphere within our business community on the return on investment, and that is what they look at first. And at
Yeah.
least that's the way I perceive it. What am I getting back for putting money into it? And what I'm saying to the business community as well is that, the same individuals that you rely on for your business to succeed are the same individuals that are coming to you and saying, support me on this platform. And this support is not just for me as an individual, but I'm representing this country, and this can go very far. And bringing such an international exposure brings people into our country, because our form of income or what we rely on is tourism.
Yeah.
So let's support each other.
And might I just add that we look very different at people whose names are associated with having supported anything, be it sports or even pageantry. I have a very different look at such institutions and businesses, because I see that they are
Giving back.
not only giving back, but they're good corporate citizens
Yeah.
as well.
But
Correct.
the what I've noticed though with this particular pageant, or let's say journey with Shekinah, is that I think, and I'm not sure if it has to do with Irma, but it could very well be, that not only the business communities were very excited, they wish they could have done more, but the community at large, the way they are rallying behind Shekinah is something that I haven't seen in a very, very long time. It's really, we started a campaign yesterday just to kind of get some funds together, because we ended up, we keep saying it started out as a pageant and it ended up being a movement. We even came up with the motto, let's make history together. Because
Wow.
it's historic. It's the first time St. Martin is being represented in this pageant. Not only St. Martin, but in the Caribbean, of the Caribbean. And so we started a campaign yesterday, just like, asking persons, give $20. And if it's more, that's fine. But $20, we appreciate that. Because guess what? If 10 people give $20, that's $200 already.
Easy.
Shekinah has a good pair of shoes and a bag and a dress. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it adds up, so, but the response has been, at times it's been overwhelming, and I mean, we're really speechless. We're grateful for the people of St. Martin. It's awesome.
And maybe you
Yeah.
want to thank them
Yeah.
for having
Yeah,
supported
indeed. And
them.
just
We
to
thank
add
them.
to what Tatiana is saying, I also think that the people of St. Martin are also excited about being on an international platform. What we've heard about most recently has been everything regional, and it has been continuous. So they've become accustomed to it to some level. But this is an international opportunity for St. Martin. So I think the excitement and support is also coming from there.
Hello.
Yeah.
You're talking about St. Martin
Yes.
name being mentioned
Yes.
among
The
lots of other
world. Ah, this is
nations.
global.
So in a sense like that, that's marketing, if you will.
Indeed, indeed.
And
And
that's
we
the
are out
thing.
there.
We
So
want to
thank
say
you.
St. Martin's
Some
Thanks
people
back to
probably
everyone.
wouldn't even know where the heck is St. Martin.
Exactly.
Because we appear as a dot on the stage. How do you feel about all this, young lady? You realize what is happening here? This is a building block around your person, and we are wishing you that, we are hoping that you will really shine
Yes.
and walk back in here putting smiles on the faces of St. Martin people because you were able to, above all.
Yes.
How does this make you feel, though?
I feel sometimes I get emotional just thinking of the support that I have, and I'm really blessed because with my platform, it's to bring awareness to my peers, and there's not a lot of youth today that have the support that I do, and I'm just grateful, and I can't wait to come back to St. Martin after the pageant just to start my campaign, start making awareness, bringing awareness, meeting different youth, it's just I lost for words.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know.
tremendous.
All right. Tell you what, I'll let you find your words. We have to take a break. And we really need to get our commercials in. When we do, we'll come back and we'll continue speaking with both Anna, Tatiana, as well as Kai, all of whom are here with me, sharing their final moments before leaving and going on the world stage to represent St. Martin. Miss Teen St. Martin International. All right, we'll take a break and come right back. All right, welcome back to Viewpoint for today. I'm here with Anna Richardson along with Tatiana Arundel, who is the mom of Shekinah Pompier, who is the current reigning carnival queen for St. Martin, and also the teen Miss St. Martin International representing St. Martin on the world stage. They're all here. They'll be leaving tomorrow, I believe, folks. They'll be heading out to represent this country, and we wish them well. And for those of you who have yet to give the support that you promised, they're waiting on you. Still have the rest of the day.
Still have gas in the car. We have gas in the car.
And
We're
you're
ready
waiting
to
around and
We're
making sure.
coming. We're
All right.
coming.
Yes.
All right, so they're getting Shekinah ready for this event on the world stage, and I believe I wouldn't even get started, Anna, to talk about some of those countries that she'll be going up against. But I wonder what the feeling is like, knowing that you'll be brought face to face with all these people from around the world. Do you have any idea as to how you plan to, occupy your space?
I think that I would like to meet them and have a one-on-one with how their lifestyle is, where they're from, and how
Yeah.
my lifestyle is where in St. Martin, and
That
also
can settle you down a little bit, yes.
yeah, and I do know that they will ask, where is that? And
Yeah.
when I used to, after the hurricane, I went to school in North Carolina, and when they asked, where you from? I said, from the Caribbean. Then they're like, where's that? I said, the Caribbean. We don't have snow. It's hot. St. Martin. They're like, oh, you make oxtail? And I'm like, yes, we have oxtail. So I know those things will come up, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to tell them on our lifestyle and how resilient we are as a people, because we just bounced back after a 5+ hurricane. I know
Yeah.
they're going to ask about that and so forth.
I'm glad that you're prepared to answer those questions.
Yes. Before, as I was saying, my platform was going to be hurricane, and I did a workshop for a weekend on
Yes.
hurricane.
Uh-huh.
So
But you changed it to something else, a little bit more personal.
personal, yes.
Uh-huh.
Which is Alzheimer's, because my grandmother, she's on the last stages of Alzheimer, and I know that we're almost ready to say goodbye, and it's just I just want to bring awareness and at least do it while she's here, not while she's gone. So.
Okay. Are you digging any into that awareness aspect of Alzheimer's? Doing some research, checking it out so that
Yes,
you
I
can
have.
understand it?
Yeah, I have been doing research. I've also been working with Raymond, Mr. Raymond, from the Alzheimer's Foundation, the St.
Okay.
Martin Alzheimer's Foundation. I've been working with him almost every weekend. We've been coming together and putting ideas together on how we would like to bring awareness in the U.S. and so forth, and on the island. I've also been talking to Miss Dominica. She has a platform of Alzheimer's also, and we're planning to come together in September to do a little something
Together.
together. Yeah.
Wow, you sound ready. Tatiana, how you feel to know that it's almost like the baton has been passed from you
Yeah.
to your daughter, and well, it's on a different stage altogether.
Yeah.
But what the feeling is like, and what are some of the things that you advise her, aside from just have fun?
Um, I have, I mean, when I see Shekinah, especially on stage, and even now, like I hear her speak, it's like, you don't want to toot your own horn, but as a single mom, it feels good. It's like, okay, a job well done. Because, parenting today especially is not easy. It's not easy at all. And having to do it alone, it makes it even harder. But when you see that your child is doing well, and that she's not just existing, but she is actually serious about bringing about change, that is it does my heart well. I tear up every time I hear her speak. Because like I said, and especially like what's happening with my mom, it's not easy on me, and sometimes you tend to forget that it also affects our kids as well. And we live very close with her. My mom was the one that named her Shekinah, which means glory of God.
Yeah.
She cut her navel string, like she was in the operating room with me.
Oh, she did all
so
that.
and it's her
Wow.
first grandchild, so they're
So there
very
has been
close.
a connection from a long time.
Very, very close. But she has been able to turn her hurt and her, let's say, her sorrow, because I can imagine it's not easy for her, but she has turned it into something different, and her grandmother will live forever through what Shekinah is doing today.
Shakana, what would you say to young people like yourselves when it comes to taking on these type of challenges? Because most of the children your age, I believe they go through a certain stage where rebellion and influences, sometimes on a negative side, play a role in shaping who they become. But what would you say to young people your age about making a difference?
I would just say be positive. Keep a positive mindset that there are better days to come. And I believe that when I think, why did this happen to my grandmother? I sometimes, because she was such a good person in the community, she believed in women empowerment and so forth. So when I think, why did this happen to her? And it's sad to say that one of God's angels is suffering, but at the end, look at what came out of it. I'm making awareness to Alzheimer's itself and talking with my peers and so forth. So I believe that it had a rainy day, it had a rainy storm, but I see the sun. I see better coming out, and I believe that I want to work with teens. I want more teens to join my foundation. Let's bring awareness together. Let's be the voice for those that don't have, because they cannot make a voice for themselves. Sometimes my grandmother tried to talk and she can't. She would say stuff in broken fragments, and you have to act like it's all right. So I would just say, be positive. There is better days to come. Stay strong and show your loved one that you love them, because if it was you in their shoes, they would still show the same love and be there and guide you. So just stay positive, stay strong, and there are better days to come.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have friends, I'm sure?
Yes, I do.
How do you choose your friends? What do you look for in your friends?
I look for positivity. You have to be positive. You have to want something for yourself in the future.
Okay. So if you are that type of person who just live as if you are suspended within one accident between another, that would serve no inspiration for you.
I wouldn't say it wouldn't, but it still would, because I would still accept them in my life and try to change
Okay.
who they are. Try to change them for better. And if they don't want the change or they don't want it for themselves, I would try to. I would keep pushing. But then if I see that they're saying that I'm trying to control them or so forth, I would just leave them. And if they want to come back, they can. I'm always here.
You're 15?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're turning 16.
Yeah. You're right.
Fun.
I know, amazing.
Yes.
I think she have demonstrated that she is quite capable
She is.
to carry this responsibility.
Yes.
I really wish her well for the
Thank
good
you.
of St.
Thank
Martin
you.
and
Thank you.
herself,
Thank you.
and more so the platform of awareness for this
Exactly.
disease, but also as well, you want to start a foundation yourself. I don't know.
She already
I
has it
have
in
already.
motion. It's already in motion.
And also, I'll be starting the Kai show.
The kind-
Yes,
Yeah.
Billy
Sky
D offered
show.
her the opportunity to have the Kai show on
True.
SOS Radio.
Oh, the
Yes.
kind show.
Yes.
We're doing things.
Yes, I could imagine.
Yeah.
And what does it feel like to know that there are still some bright light shining when it comes to what Posh really wants to do to inspire people to make themselves available? It is really nice to hear of people who have beauty and brains.
Indeed. And that is exactly our slogan. Beauty with a duty.
Yeah, beauty and brains. Because
Yeah.
the whole point about the brains part is to demonstrate that you can be intelligent
And that's
by choice.
precisely why our interview debate carries the most points in our pageant. Before, you would look at the costume
Yeah.
as carrying a very hefty amount of the points. We've switched that up because one can come on stage and perform very well, but to have a conversation with them, to have them consider a platform that is going to be beneficial to our community. Because remember, Posh's pillars are philanthropy, education, and beauty, both within and out. So we need you to be someone who's community oriented. We need you to be someone who's passionate about education, and we need you to be someone who's beautiful in personality. And everyone is beautiful in appearance, so that goes by itself. But it's very important for us to be able to be recognized as the agency and institution that is pushing St. Martin on this platform and level, and St. Martin to the world. Support us.
I have to say about Shekinah that I have become comfortable that she won't disappoint.
Shekinah did
When-
exceptionally well. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
cut you across too. She won't disappoint inspired me to say this. Shekinah won the interview debate competition for Posh Productions. She's a very intellectual individual. She is a sponge. You mentioned that also too. And so I am very confident. I'm getting goosebumps just saying it. I'm very confident in Shekinah in her ability to represent St. Martin. So you can go ahead.
And she sits there, and for those who mightn't be watching, she sits there and she shows no sign that, no, don't put that on me or anything. Like, she just feel like, you
Yes.
bet.
Yes.
You
yes.
bet.
And she does
And
it in
that's-
such a humble way, right? A very humble
That's
manner.
the key word.
Correct.
Humble. And,
Yes.
I'm feeling positive
Yes, good.
that when you stand before whatever test you might have to undergo to be able to determine whether or not you would come in the top 5, 10, or whatever, you will be able to pull it off because the way you express yourself. I was wondering if you're really 15 indeed, because you would want to. Not that I'm saying someone 15 can't have an intelligent communication with someone else. I'm simply saying that the way you deliver yourself is free-spirited and intellectual to the point where I'm confident that you will do well.
This means so much. Thank you.
Yeah. And continue to develop because it's a journey. You haven't arrived yet.
Yep.
We also
Okay.
still have the voting poll. I believe it closes tomorrow. Let me just throw that in there in terms of advancing. So for the preliminaries, and then you can advance to the nationals by just winning the Viewers' Choice Award. And how do you
Okay.
do that? On our Facebook links, we have the links where you can go online and vote and all of that. And Shekinah is actually competing only with Miss Marilyn right now, Miss Teen Marilyn. The two of them are competing for that top choice.
Wow.
They are. So we need not just St. Martin to vote, but if you
Okay.
have relatives and friends throughout the world, the U.S.
Take your time with this for those persons who want to vote.
Go and vote.
Tell me exactly how they can get it
I'd
done.
like to make it simple for them. They can go on Posh Facebook page. Shakaina would have to spell out her name and her Facebook page, which we would love you to like and follow her as well, because we put much content on there. So Shakaina, you can go ahead and introduce your page on Facebook.
Yes. So my page name is Shakaina Miss Teen St. Martin. No wait.
It's Shakaina Pinkett.
Shakaina Pompey Arundel Miss Teen St. Martin International, and Shakaina is spelled SHAKAINAH.
Again?
SHAKAINAH.
Shekinah glory.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, take it easy, Dad. What's that?
I know, right? Big name for a big person in a small body. But you know, you were just talking about as Anna mentioned, she's in competing with
Miss Maryland.
Miss
Teen
Maryland.
Maryland.
Now, put this in perspective. St. Martin is the smallest island to participate in this pageant. 37 square miles. Right? 37 square miles. Going against 29 other women, other young ladies then, from bigger countries, states,
You name it.
you name it. And Shekinah, through the support of St. Martin, I'm sure
Friends
the
and family
Caribbean,
abroad.
friends and family from all over the world, pulling behind her, is now leading on the board. But we can't take that for granted.
Granted.
So
Let's
we need
go.
people
Let's
to
go.
continue to
Continue.
vote.
Yeah.
To vote. But just to put in perspective, you know, the kind of support that Shekinah has behind her. This is not just Shekinah, Anna, or Tatiana. This is St. Martin. This is Caribbean. Everyone that's been affected with Alzheimer's, we're standing there with you, representing you. Everyone that was afflicted by Irma, we are standing there representing you. So, I mean, it's crazy when you think of it like that. It's amazing, and we can't say thank you enough to
indeed,
everyone.
to
'Cause
everyone.
there is a price to voting. So people
Yeah,
are
there's $2
actually-
per vote. Yeah.
Yeah, so people are actually standing behind them.
As a professional and as someone who I believe in people being at their very best, I want to just say that I am impressed with her in the sense that she doesn't look or appear to be not ready for this undertaking. And she gives the confidence that, don't worry, I won't let you down. So I wouldn't be surprised if I have to remember what I said before she left. But this is also to give you some confidence, Shekinah, when it comes to what you're capable of, so that you can believe in yourself. Because you deliver very well when you believe in yourself. If you're depending on someone else, you're at their mercy of how well they do.
Correct.
But when you're talking about yourself, you can only be you. And I think I can see a lot of that. And I see great success. It may not be on this stage. I have to be real when I say this. But this can very well be it
That's
as
right.
well.
Amen.
And you really have to go for it. St. Martin, I think we should do all we can to support not only Shekinah, but everything that we put our hands to, because we're a great country. We just don't embrace it enough.
Yeah, we're not
We
as
have great
patriotic as
people.
we should be.
No.
We're not as patriotic
And
as we
it
should
is
be.
not something to spin a negative light either.
No.
We just need to
Just a
realize
wake-up call.
that, yes,
That's all it is.
that's a nice way to put it.
Yes.
A wake-up call.
Let's do
Anyway.
it together, right?
Yeah.
We're making history together.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I wrote that down because I felt like that was important. Let's make history together.
Let's make history together.
All right. So you're prepared and all set and ready to go.
Yes, just doing some last minute stuff, but I'm
All right.
prepared.
Yeah. You
Yep,
enjoy?
and packing.
You enjoy flying?
Yes, I love flying actually.
What else do you love doing?
I love. Good question. I love spending time with family and friends.
Okay, that's
Yes.
important. Hmm. Socially.
Yes. And now I do homeschool, so that kind of cut down. But weekends, it's social time.
Okay. All right. And then, of course, your platform of Alzheimer's.
Preparing.
Preparing.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You know you're going to get some questions along that line.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask you a
And,
question. Let me see if we can figure one out here for you. What one important thing that you'd like to see happen in the world?
I would like unity in the world. I believe that if we all come together, there will be change. If we just come together as one, forget religion, race, etc. Just come together. That's what I would like to see in the world. Change.
Great answer. Wow. You see what I mean?
See what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Well, success to you, young lady.
Thank
Let me
you.
say to your mom, job well done. You've done your part. And I'm almost sure that much of what she is displaying nowadays has a lot to do with the way you conduct yourself before her. So you have played a key role. What would be your final word for today on behalf of Shekinah?
Well, first of all, I would say on behalf of Shekinah, I would say thank you. Thank you again. The support has been overwhelming, and we can't thank you enough. We will make everyone proud. We have plans to go and truly put St. Martin on the map. Every segment, we will leave a lasting impression of what the people of St. Martin look like, act like, and stand for. So,
All right. Anna, I'll give you an opportunity.
Again, to say thank you to you and to your listeners, and of course your support, Joe, for giving us this opportunity to be here to share this monumental event and venture that we're about to go on. And this is Shekinah's journey to the crown. This is St. Martin's journey to the international platform. Thank you to everyone who has supported us thus far and has been reaching out. Please continue to do so. We will be assisting to set up a location. That's what we're working towards in the back end as well. A location where everyone can hopefully go and watch this online and give Shekinah that support from here. And it's exciting. Thank you to everyone, the Tourist Bureau, the Port of St. Martin, everyone individually who has supported us, from different Arabella Rose, Miguel Alexander, Elvis the photographer, Kerwin the photographer, the St. Martin Alzheimer's Foundation, Team Maya, Rachel, everyone. If I didn't mention your name, please, Christina, yes, please don't believe we've forgotten you. We will be doing official thank yous to you as well, and all the personalities that have been involved in this journey. Thank you so much.
Shekinah, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you can make things happen. Tell St. Martin what your intentions are in terms of representing St. Martin on that stage.
Well, representing St. Martin, I will do my utmost best in bringing home the crown, and I am looking forward to making change on my island.
All right. Well, folks, we had here with us Shekinah Pompey, who is the reigning Miss Carnival Queen for 2017, 18,
and
19.
19 too.
And soon,
Oh, we're not
soon to
getting
be
19.
Miss Teen International.
Wow.
Put it in fruition. Very good. Throw it out there.
And soon to be Miss Teen
Excellent.
International. That's the kind of confidence
Yes.
that would make it happen. You have to believe in yourself. That's the only way you can make things happen. Well, thank you for being in my
Thank
company
you.
this
Thank
afternoon.
Thank you.
It was really different and very pleasant, if you
Indeed.
ask me.
Indeed.
The closest. Let me keep that to myself. I was about to say the closest a handsome guy can get to beautiful ladies is on this platform. All right, folks, thank you so much for sharing the time with us here. Let's wish Shekinah well as she go and represent St. Martin on Miss Teen, St. Martin International, on the pageant that I'm sure she will be bringing back home, and we will be awfully proud. Listen, girl, you do that, and we'll meet you on the airport in drone.
Yes.
meet us on Saturday, if for the public that wants to come out. Our flight
What
is at,
time?
Yes, our flight is at 4,
Well, we'll
so
be
we'll be
there.
there at 2.
All right.
1:30, 2
So
o'clock.
1:30,
we'll be
2
there.
o'clock. Yes. Anyone wants to come and wish Shekinah well in person, we're still taking contributions at the airport as well.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
so come out and show Shekinah that St. Martin is behind her.
Yeah.
You know, I have to
thank
say in
you.
closing that this is a lot of fun.
It is.
It doesn't sound like or feel like
No.
somebody's scraping something anyway. This is a lot of fun. All right. Thank you so much for sharing the time.
Thank
Folks,
you too.
we got to go. I'll have to leave these beautiful ladies off so that they can finish dotting the I's and closing the T's, crossing the T's.
Crossing the T's.
Closing the, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. All right, and we are looking forward in coming back here Monday, this being Friday, the weekend for many. I'll be here on Sunday. Come and join me then as well. But that's what we do at noon every day, Mondays and Friday. Come and join me always. From all of us, thanks for watching and for listening. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.